They made us demand things from our man that they systematically keep him from getting. So he can't give it to us. And so we married to the government. They take care of us like our man should. They give us food, clothes, shelter, health care, child care, education, an apartment, whatever it is we need, they step in as our man. And they only do that, as I said, for the two reasons: to make him look inadequate and to make us not want to be bothered with him, to destroy his little ego that he got left, and to make us think that we are better than him. And we'll tell him, I can make it. I don't know why you can't make it. Well,
what's the worst thing a guy can do?
I guess be nice.
Be nice.
Because sometimes if you're too nice, it gives like, it's like the ick.
Really?
You know? Because it's like, why are you so nice?
People who are too nice give off an ick? People that are too nice are not desperate. People that reply right back to your text messages or pick up the phone call right away are not desperate or give off an ick. People who immediately drop everything for you and come to your rescue are not desperate, are not the ick. Just maybe, hear me out. They've been in the same situations as you, and they felt alone, and they felt like they didn't have anybody, no one to talk to, and they don't want you to ever experience that feeling. That is not ick. It's called compassion, caring, kindness. Don't take advantage of that. That's a blessing in your life. Maybe you should give it a try.
I don't even know why you're trying to waste your breath explaining it to her. She's already said something stupid. And when you look into their eyes when they're doing these interviews, it's like that it doesn't even compute. Like they're serious. They're looking into the interviewer's eyes like, yeah, absolutely. What I'm saying is it makes a whole lot of sense. Never knowing, never catching a clue that maybe what you're saying doesn't make a lot of sense at all.
Men are so simple, we freak you out. We're so simple, you can't get to it. Men are simple. We're so simple, it bothers you. You don't understand the simpleness of men. Okay, this is how simple a man. This is two men in the car and they make a wrong turn. You, man, that's it. You're gonna turn left and come back. That's how simple, that's sound. This is you with your wife. Oh, God. Oh! Why would you turn there? Why? Let's just go home. I don't even want to go now. I don't even want to go. The whole night is ruined because I turned left. I can turn back around. No, I have a headache now.
What's your age?
22.
Are you single?
No.
How long you had a man?
5 years.
And how long have you had a baby?
She's almost 2.
Was it with him or with somebody else?
With him.
So how much does he have to make to take care of you and your daughter?
At least $1,000 a month.
$1,000 a month?
Food, groceries, car insurance, diapers, wipes.
Now, how much would you say a man has to make annually to take care of a family of 3?
Annually, overall, at least 30 grand a year.
On just a baby? Or
every expense you would need for a stay-at-home mom and a child.
But if he's spending $30K a year on both you and your daughter, how much more would he need to make to live comfortably?
Oh, we are comfortable. That's comfortable.
So a family of 3 could survive off of just $40K a year?
Yeah. It's just not going to be a lavish lifestyle. But this economy sucks.
So you just make it work?
Yeah.
Men are sick of being treated like walking wallets. A lot of women think it's just dinner or just the first date. All these expenses add up over time. He pays for the first day. He pays for the second. He pays for the third. He pays to get ready. He spends money on new clothes to look good for you. If things work out, he might end up being the breadwinner and paying more bills. And he might get shamed if he even asks for you to pay for anything. Going out to eat is expensive enough, but if he's doing that constantly, taking you out on nice dates, that adds up so fast. And I'm seeing more and more ladies who say that they shouldn't even have to say thank you or appreciate him for that because he's doing bare minimum. This man doesn't even know you and he treated you out. They can't say thank you, show some appreciation, offer to pay once in a while, and then what, he gets ghosted for some superficial reason? This is why so many men have stopped dating, or they expect you to pay your half.
what I didn't account for with my first girlfriend was that girls will act, like flat out act. And I finally got around to realizing this with my second girlfriend when I would like, she'd like cry about something and I would call her out. I'd be like, you're acting, like this is such good acting. And then she would start to laugh. And once I called it out, it would crack the mood and we would like have a good time. But when I was in the first relationship, I would take it seriously. If she was sad about something, but I didn't know that it was acting, I would try to like fix it or apologize or whatever. It didn't need to be. It was an act.
It's really rough for the average guy, you know, to be honest, because women think that they deserve so many things. Like a guy that's 6'2" with a 10-inch and makes $1 million. You know, it's just like so delusional what these girls think. And, you know, and a famous guy and this and that. Like they have all these like crazy requirements of what they think they deserve because they like maybe got some drunk guy in that category to fuck one time. You know, it's like what a guy will sleep with versus what a guy will marry or date are two very different things. And especially if you're talking about athletes, those motherfuckers will some like chicks that they don't even want to be seen with, right?
And modern women really don't understand that. They don't really understand that they don't have any leverage in the dating market. Even though Kevin Samuels talked about this at length, you don't have the leverage that you think you have. Oh, well, the men, they're going to bow down. They're going to do this. They're going to do that. All the while they saying that, pumped and dumped. The entire time they're saying that, pumped and dumped. A man does not have use for you other than recreation. And men keep on telling you, why don't you find a nice man? Instead of going out here messing with Chad and Tyrone, before you go out here messing with Chad and Tyrone, why don't you go find a nice man? You go out there, mess with Chad and Tyrone. He come back, hey man, we all make mistakes. Why don't you find you a nice man? Don't listen to nobody. Don't listen to mama. Don't listen to daddy. Don't listen to brothers, sisters, or cousins. Modern women are going to do whatever they want to do, how they want to do it, and they're going to talk to you about their stupid standards and think that you're going to agree. And when you don't, oh, well, you ain't a real man.
I'm telling you, one of the hottest things a woman can do is make sure that no other man for not 1 second believes in his weird dog mind that he's got a shot. That's what makes a man feel good. He knows that no matter what happens, that's his, period. Good luck. And if you can have her, guess what? Take her. You did me a favor.
You have to pick the right spouse, man. If for those who are married, everybody ain't married in business. For those who are married, you must pick the right spouse. I'm telling you, a woman has two abilities. Let me share this with you. She has two abilities, very, very powerful abilities. A woman has the ability to build you up, or she has the ability to tear you down. It ain't no in between. If you're going to work, trying to succeed in business, trying to do anything, and every 5 minutes she's calling your phone or he's calling your phone and bothering you and where you at and what you're doing, this and that, she's destroying you. But if you're going to work and open your business or whatever you're doing, and she's fixing your food and baby what you want, or he's doing, you know, taking care, and he's allowing you, they're sowing into you instead of sowing from you and allowing you to prosper, that's the type of person you want in your life. Every time I fell short and I didn't believe in me, she believed in me. She would give me affirmations. Baby, I know you can do it. I watched you before fall. I watched you. I watched it not work for you, and you made it work. I don't know what you do, but God got you, man. Like, you need people around you who going to confirm you and give affirmations to you. When you don't believe in yourself, they believe in you, which causes you to believe in yourself again. That's that energy. You need energy people around you. That when my battery is going low, I got people around me that's going to sow into me and charge my battery up. I got people that's going to sow into me and they're going to make me feel like I need to feel. I got people that's going to sow into me and boost my confidence. I got people that's going to sow into me and make me understand that I'm the greatest thing since sliced bread.
Hey, which dish soap for the dishwasher? They both say dish soap. I just want to make sure I don't put the wrong one in there.
You're joking, right?
Well, I mean, I think it's this one, but I don't want to put the wrong one in.
Yeah, it's this one that you literally never do dishes, obviously then. Hey, what's this light coming on my dashboard?
Oh, just means it's time to change the oil.
Okay, so do we need to bring the car in?
No, babe, I got it. I always change the oil in our cars. You don't need to worry about it.
Oh.
Hey, can we dry jackets like this regular, or do you have to hang that?
Why don't you read the tag?
Well, I just know you've done a lot of these, so I was just wondering.
Okay, look at the tag. That's what I do.
Okay, gosh. Hey, what are you doing in here?
I'm looking for a drill bit.
For
I'm trying
what?
to put together this piece of furniture. I do not know
Piece of furniture?
what I'm
Hey,
doing.
it's okay. Hey, I got it. Why don't you just come to me? I'll do it for you.
Okay, yeah, thanks.
Yeah,
Let me
I
show
got
you.
it. Hey, do we have any more paper towels?
Why don't you look?
I mean, I've looked all over. I can't find them anywhere.
You don't know where we keep the paper towels?
I thought I did, but I can't see them anywhere.
Okay, well then we're probably out, so maybe you should get more.
Oh my gosh.
Do you need to put oil in this to get this to turn on? I can't get it to turn on.
No, it's electric. We just need to put a battery in it. What are you up to?
Well, I wanted to get the yard mowed because I have all those flowers I wanted to get planted.
Oh, you really want to do that? I'll do it. I can mow the lawn for you.
Oh, well, I mean, yeah.
Yeah, you don't need to deal with this.
Weaponized incompetence is definitely a real issue that we have plenty of other videos addressing, but what we wanted to specifically show in this video was maybe there is a double standard.
The difference between these two people was perspective. In the house, the wife interpreted the husband not knowing what to do as him not pulling his weight or doing it to her on purpose.
But when the roles were reversed, when I didn't know something about the car or the yard or the tools, he never assumed malintent.
Yeah, I just helped, or I showed her, or I said, hey, I'll do that for you, because those are my areas of familiarity, and I'm not seeing that as some sort of moral failure on her part.
And that is why perspective matters, because if we view every difference in skill or knowledge as laziness, manipulation, or weaponized incompetence, we're just turning our partner into an enemy.
But if instead we just see it as, hey, these are the areas I'm good at, these are the areas you're good at, let's be a team, and now all of a sudden our relationship can truly thrive because we see each other as allies, not enemies.
This gives us the opportunity to celebrate and praise each other and be so excited about the person we're with because they bring different things into the relationship that we don't necessarily bring. Through the application of inner work, both you and your partner have the opportunity to learn from each other, and instead of becoming adversaries, you become a united team committed to understanding and supporting each other. By delegating tasks, you become a team, and by making it safe to ask for help. This entire chapter on the wound of overwhelm is addressing those feelings of weaponized incompetence, feeling like you're overwhelmed, you have to do everything alone in your relationship, and it goes over how to heal that in your relationship. The book is The Inner Work of Relationships.
And it's been the ruin of many a poor girl and me. Oh God, I'm one. If I listen to my mama, Lord, I'd be home.
How do women create a child with a man that shows them no quality traits, give them wife privileges without men showing any initiative, and then they blame the whole male race for their bad decisions?
It is a woman's decision when she's choosing the man who she's laying in bed with, who she knows obviously that can create a child. If you wouldn't want your son to be like that man, ladies, you shouldn't be in bed and procreating with that man. Us women do need to do a better job of choosing ourselves in men. Why do I say that? Because we see in others who we are, not who they are. So we're choosing parts of us in that man. So whatever is in that man that we're choosing that's dysfunctional, that's toxic, that's unhealthy, those are parts of us that we need to work on. We need to fix. That's our self-love muscle that we need to get up. That's also us having a sense of self and alignment in who the we are, because as we know who we are, as we are better women, we choose better. When we choose better, we date better. When we date better, we marry better. When we marry better, we family better, and we raise better kids.
Clap it up, clap it up, clap it up, clap it up. Cecilia, what's up?
That sounded real good. That was real healthy. But sometimes niggas lie. Let's talk about it. There are women that tried their best to actually understand who this man was, see what kind of stock he came from, see what type of man he was to his past children. And you niggas get into their life and still clown and still publicly embarrass them and still make them the second, third, fourth baby mama, okay?
The real question is, who and made you the Gucci? Yes, that's Gucci with the K. Gucci police.
We're working with children in the community and working with the youth. You see a lot of hurt kids, and I'm just like, hurt people hurt people. It has to stop.
I appreciate the spirit of your question, but I think a lot of what you witnessing out here on the ground is the product of two people making one sexual decision, but only one person staying up to clean up the mess.
It takes that patience in getting to know a person. You don't have to lay down, and you don't have to procreate with everybody you meet.
No disrespect, Brody, but it take a village to raise a child. I think this is so nuanced of a situation that we just got to pray for everybody involved.
We also have to hold people accountable.
Praise the Lord.
Let's hold the men that are deadbeats accountable.
Yeah, we gotta hold everybody
right now,
accountable.
Hold on, no.
We gotta hold everybody
We can't
accountable.
be like, we gotta hold everybody accountable, but when we ask this question, we always slant it to what that woman didn't do well, instead of saying that even if you don't like that woman, you hate that woman, you don't get along with that woman, you brought a child in this world, and you need to stand up and raise your child. Then you wouldn't be asking your question. But it's niggas that ain't got the backbone to take care of their responsibilities. And then right now, hold on, no, it ain't no respect. I don't have no respect for men that have children and don't take care of their seed. Period.
But it's not period though. Turn the clip back on. Cause y'all are trying to sound like like it's deep. He asked a question. And what they do sometimes is they like to jump on and they think they know what they're talking about. They think they're deep and they're not. They're not at all. If this, he said, why you continue choosing this man? Say for instance, okay, well, I tried my best. I did this, I did that, I did this, I did that. And I still ended up with a baby. I try to do all of the things that I know to do, and I still ended up with a baby. Okay, cool. That was a mistake. There's men out there that will take you based on a mistake. Based on, well, I didn't think that this would happen, or it's not a mistake. I thought this guy was going to be with me for a long, long time. I mean, we was married. There's a situation there too. Okay, so I thought that we was going to be together, and we had children. It's understandable, right? But what we need to address and what we're trying to address is so many women that are, I don't want to say promiscuous, but they're irresponsible. They do things irresponsibly, and they've been that way. They might go to college. They might get them a house and an apartment. He's addressing the irresponsibility. That's what he's saying. Y'all didn't hear what he said. Hey, why did y'all go out there and do that? And then blame a whole race, a whole gender, a whole men do this, men do that. No, men don't. The men that you mess with did that. That man did that. That don't have nothing to do with me. Why would you try to blame? I mean, I never even thought of that. And when I was in those positions, I always used protection. We always talked about that type of stuff. Some of these brothers actually do have a child, stepping up, trying to be with their child. But then the woman is like, well, I don't want you to see the child. Oh, just give me child support. That type of foolishness. So those situations also go on. But once again, like, oh, we got to hold men accountable, this and that. Men are held accountable a lot. A lot. Men are going to be held accountable, period. That's why you have deadbeat dad. Where do you think that came from? That's why the term is there. Oh man, you guys ain't stepping up to the plate. You ain't doing what you're supposed to be doing. You guys ain't really real. Hey, when Mother's Day come around, I'm gonna have my day. But then when Father's Day come around, I'm gonna have my day too. Why are we blaming a whole gender? And it was you that did it. That man did it, not me, not my cousins, not my brothers. None of us. None of us did it. Modern women do the same thing when they talk about it's all men until it's no men. Oh, I'm going to choose the bear every single time. Why are you trying to put me in a group with those guys? And those guys are in the minority. I don't understand that.
How much love do you think he felt? Honestly, 0 to 10.
A 5. Maybe.
5. My bet it was a 5, maybe even a 6. I don't think you're wrong about that one. That's why he's still in the game. And at some level, he probably thinks an 8 or a 9 is where you really are, but he's not feeling it right now. How certain do you think he is that he'll ever be significant and as loved as that child?
Yeah, he knows he won't.
0. So if I have zero certainty I can ever be as significant as this child again, and on top of it, I can't provide what you need, and you cry, other people give you things I can't give you because I'm not enough to be able to give it to you. And obviously it's not enough because you're crying if you don't get it. I'm out of here. Because my deepest fears are being realized. What are they? I'm not enough, and I won't be ever as loved as that child. Let me just tell you something, ladies and gentlemen. If you're in an intimate relationship with any human, this is the one rule. If at any time they think anything or anyone is more important to them, a job, girlfriends, work, sports, business, money, anything, that relationship is going to suffer massively. Your biggest piece is to love your child completely, but if you don't put your husband and yourself together first, then you'll just be another casualty of a culture that's adopted something that they think is loving and is actually destructive. Because when kids see parents that don't have love, it doesn't make them more certain and more secure and more significant. It makes them less.
What makes women happy? And I was thinking on the toilet, well, what makes me happy is, unfortunately, or fortunately, the traditional things. And now, had I said that to my 20-year-old self, I would be horrified because I was a good feminist. And I fought my way through comedy, and I did all the clubs. I'll show you, I'll be the best female comic. And I carried this anger that compelled me for 20 years, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then I became a mom, and I got humbled by illness. And then I was like, okay, so what makes me happy? I know what makes me happy. I can't speak for all women, but is there something to my biology, to my essence? Possibly. It was the male ideal of success that ruined women. It was this idea that in order to become equal, we had to be like you.
Yes.
That's the problem. I have to have my career exactly like Todd's. I have to be successful. It's like, this is not going to work for me. This is not going to work because I'm a mother. My body can't keep up with this pace of work. It's not good. And it makes the woman angry, resentful, bitter. And now I'm useless because if my kid can't come for a snuggle and my cat can't come, I'm the center of the home. This is the truth. And it's not pretty to say anymore, but that's what I learned.
So men, if you are dating a woman and you are asking her about her short-term or long-term goals, or you're trying to have an intellectual conversation with her about things that actually matter, like her future, kind of see where her headspace is. See, does she have any goals or aspirations that she is currently working towards, right? And this woman resorts to giggling or acting like a child or having a childlike mentality or just sounding very childish and just very, very, very not like an adult. This is a red flag. This is a red flag because you would be surprised. There are so many modern women who literally are living paycheck to paycheck, who literally are living day to day, and they have no type of goals at all. Their only goal is to find a man, finesse him out of his things, and then try to live this lifestyle that they want to acquire, that they see on Love and Hip Hop, and when they can have their designer bag and have a man give them a credit card, they can go shopping and not do anything. It's not realistic and it's not reality, but a lot of modern women think that it is. So if you are a man who has ambition and you are very much working towards your goals and you know that you need a partner and you want to build generational wealth and you start having these important conversations with a woman and she starts giggling and she starts laughing and acting like a child, that is a red flag. This woman is immature. Not to mention that she has not leveled up, nor does she have the intellectual capacity to even hold these conversations, which means that she cannot be in the room with the people that you are going to attract because you are a man on a mission, right? You very much need a woman that is going to compliment you. So when you come into these rooms with these people, you actually have a woman that can be an asset and talk the talk and have the language just like you have, right? And a lot of these women have not leveled up in any type of way, have not done any type of self-improvement, and they're just waiting for a man to play Captain Save-A-Ho to save them out of their poor decisions and just their circumstances that a lot of them put themselves into. So I say all that to say, Never deal with a woman that cannot hold an intellectual conversation and acts like a child. You will never get the result you're looking for.
Saying things that men feel but can't quite explain in 60 seconds. Let's do it. Number one, we feel the pressure to have it all together, even when we don't know what it is yet. Admitting confusion feels like failure to us. Number two, we want appreciation, not applause. A simple "I see you trying" hits harder than any compliment. We don't always know how to ask for that, though. Number three, we feel lonely even when surrounded by people because being needed isn't the same as being understood. That silence gets real heavy within us. Number four, we carry anger that's really grief for lost time, missed chances, the man we thought we'd be by now, but no one taught us how to name that. Number five, we feel responsible for everything: money, safety, outcomes, and the shame when things don't work out. So we internalize instead of asking for help. Number six, we want peace more than praise, less chaos, less criticism, more space to breathe without feeling like we're failing consistently. Number seven, we don't need fixing. We need permission to be honest without it being used against us later. That trust changes everything. And to wrap all of this up, men don't lack emotions. We lack language, safety, and the space to express them. Boom. Saved you bottled emotions, silent battles, and one I'm fine that actually wasn't true. November would PayPal me $5.
What's your plan when men stop doing the dirty and dangerous jobs that keep society running? Can you give me an example of which jobs you're referring to? Logging, plumbing, crab fishing, oil rig.
What is your plan for when the 80% of women who work in the healthcare industry no longer want to do it? What's your plan?
I have a plan.
Yeah, what's your plan?
Let's give the jobs to the men. They'll do it better.
That must be so confusing for a little girl.
Said what? There's no way you got water in my controller. You washed my controller.
That's what you're supposed to do.
No, you're not.
I washed this one already.
You washed the other one too? There's water falling out of it. It's electronic.
No, they said it's waterproof though.
Oh my god. Give me my controller. Give me my controller.
I put water in there and it's all clean now. There was like stuff in there, like tongue.
That was such a sweet thing for her to do for you. I think you should return the favor. You should do this with her eyeshadow palettes and all of her makeup. Just give it a good washing with some soap. Make sure you really get in there and wash inside the makeup palettes as well. And wash, the brushes for her mascara. Make sure to open them really good. Put some water in there and wash it real good. And don't forget the inside of her skincare bottles. Like, you can just dump it out. It'll refill itself. Like, just scrub really good in there. And she will be super excited that you did something for her in return for what she did for you.
Unpopular opinion, most men are not bad communicators, but a lot of women are conversation bullies. You have decided prior to speaking to your man what happened, how it happened, when it happened, where it happened, and who it happened with, long before he's had a chance to even give his side of the story. Now, whenever you come to speak to him and he's trying to talk to you, you continue to cut him off. You continue to interrupt him. And now he's just sitting there going, okay, whatever. And he lets you think whatever you want to think. And he apologizes just to end the argument and end the conversation. And y'all don't get to the bottom of anything. Now your new thing is, I don't understand why he doesn't speak to me or tell me anything, because baby, you don't allow him to. You have now made him feel emotionally unsafe. So why would he come to you and speak to you about anything? Because you are a conversation bully, baby.
If I get in the car with a nigga and we going on a date, we trying to do something and you like, I can't find nowhere to park. You ain't no leader, bro. Why are you expressing to me that you can't find no parking spot? Get out the passenger seat, hoe ass nigga, and let me drive.
What man is gonna pull up to the destination and says, baby, I can't find parking. What am I supposed to do? None. Zero. None of them. And if he does says, baby, I can't find parking, it's usually observational. He's not saying, take the driver's seat and you find parking because I can't. You're saying he should get out of the driver's seat and give it to you. Where are you going to park if there's no parking? On top of people's car? He's no leader because there's no parking? Yo, I swear they get dumber by the second. She's claiming she has some form of experience. And when she explained the experience, it's the guy didn't have parking and she was on a side of a building that he didn't know where she was. And he was like, look, I don't have parking and I don't know where you are. Like, how do I get to where you are? It's like, what's wrong with that? What's wrong with him saying, I don't know where you are. How do I get to you? Y'all are so weird. She's gonna call him stupid. And girl, I will say somebody is stupid. And it ain't him.
Damn,
girl. Get it.
Breathe.
Sarge. Sarge!
Grab me that Marine.
Sergeant.
That's gonna be a bit of an issue.
And why is that?
Cause she got me standing there full of tension.
Sarge!
Grab me that Marine.
Why is it that the things men want are totally free, but the things they give cost them everything? Think about what we usually expect from a man. We want him to provide, to protect, and to build a future. That's not cheap. That takes his time, his sweat, and years of hard work. It's expensive. But what do men ask for in return? It's usually the simple stuff. Peace, respect, a thank you when they get home.
Yeah.
Someone who is actually happy to see them.
Yeah.
That's all free. It costs $0 to be kind. It costs nothing to be a peace of mind instead of a headache.
Yeah.
Men aren't calling us difficult because they want more money. They're saying it because it feels like they are doing the heavy lifting and we can't even handle the easy part. If he is out there fighting the world to build you a house, the least you can do is make it a place he actually wants to live in. Stop focusing on what he's not buying you and start focusing on the things you're not giving him, especially the things that don't cost a dime.
Something that you won't compromise in a relationship.
Male best friends and everything. I don't play none of that. So that's a deal breaker for you then.
Why don't you like male best friends? Like, what's wrong with that?
Because what's the purpose of it? What's the purpose of a male best friend?
Friendship.
If I'm your man, I could be your friend. I'm being real.
I ain't got nothing to say.
Oh, all right.
All right.
What's something? There's a lot of women who made a choice, certain choice, not to prioritize having children, not to prioritize those things, who have like an innate like resentment toward women who did. I didn't have that chip. I made a decision in my life, you know, when I was young to work and I actually made a decision actively to not have children. I don't know, those who are new wouldn't know this, but you know, I'll just reshare that I was told I was like, oh, you're too anxious. Like, you're not going to be a good mom. And I swallowed a lot of it and didn't have a kid for that reason. But I had a dear friend at the time that had children young in her 20s. And I never looked at that as like with a resentful eye. I just was like, well, it's a different decision, right? This is different. That's not what's happening here. They're resentful because the years are passing. They don't know how to do what's instinctual to them. And at the same time, do what is being told is the right path for a woman, which is to be, you know, panicked and climbing the ladder and making the money and doing all this stuff.
A lot of them get upset because they've been told a certain thing. Well, you have ladies that, some of these women, you're not doing what everybody's doing. You're not being a girl's girl. You're not doing what we have an agenda. Like, this is the plan. You know what I mean? Like, and if you step outside of the plan, you're ruining it for everybody. You can't be an independent thinker or else you're setting us back. You can't have an opinion. You can't be somebody that says, hey, you know, in general, I support what we're doing, but I just have like a few questions. You can't be somebody like that. Modern women don't want you to be somebody like that. This feminist movement, this nonsense, they don't want you to be like that. They want you to be in lockstep with everything that they have going on, regardless of how silly it is, regardless of how radical it is. Support us, not only with your time, but your finances. And just give all to the cause. If you don't just empty yourself out, are you really a woman? Do you really like women? Do you hate yourself? Have you reached your divine feminine? This is the type of games that modern women play. This is the type of stupidity, this type of silliness that they say back and forth to each other. And when somebody comes into the group, they say that same nonsense and it's like, oh, that doesn't quite sound like it makes a lot of sense. Well, you know, you've got a lot of patriarchy in you. You got what do they call that? Internalized misogyny or something like that. You got a lot of that in you to where you want to uphold a system that doesn't benefit you. Well, my dad was a hard worker. All of my brothers are hard workers. They treat me well, and I'm looking for a man like that. And actually, I did find a man like that. We've been married for 10, 15 years now. Yeah, but you know, he deep inside, he's not good. He's not a good person, and he's gonna cheat on you one day. No, I don't think so. No, I don't think so. He hasn't yet, and he probably won't because I know how to pick men. I got help from my village, and they vetted the guy, and the guy was happy to answer any question that I had, my family had. Everybody was accommodating, everybody was nice, and so it kind of naturally worked out. I can help you maybe find the man of your dreams. Oh yeah, I would like that. I would have liked that 5, 10 years ago before I got in this stupid movement. Shut up. As a matter of fact, you want a man now, but you don't want nobody to, you don't want the feminist idiots around you to hear you say, oh yeah, I would like a man. I do agree with feminism over here and some of this other stuff, but about 30% I agree with. The other 70%, I'm not on board with that. Which if you talk to a lot of these ladies out here, that's probably what they would say. Well, I agree with this part over here, but I don't know about this over here. And modern women will sit there and talk them down if they say, maybe we should rethink what we're doing in this area. Because I'm on board with this, but maybe this over here is really hurtful and detrimental. They will talk them down, shame them, try to destroy them, try to ruin their online presence, their social media, will find their job, find their address, try to ruin their home, tell the HOA that something is wrong, make up some stupid violation or something like that, that has the HOA beating down your door, trying to figure out something wrong and it's not. Have the cops at your door, talking, oh, she put in a threat, didn't do it. And this is all because you didn't do what they asked you to do. You didn't follow the agenda that they asked you, demanded, commanded that you follow. You were smart enough to think with your own brain. You were smart enough after you went to one of their get-togethers to come back and ask your parents or to come back and ask somebody that you trust, hey, I heard this the other day. I'm not saying no names, but I heard this. What do you think? Well, they're right in A, B, and C, but when you look over here, and this is really the biggest thing, XYZ, they're wrong and they're so extreme. So I agree with them on some points, but you better stay away from trouble over here. A good, nice, balanced perspective so women know, so they understand, hey, don't get far off into that type of stuff. And now, like she's talking about, you're not having children. You're not trying to get married. You're not even trying to find a man because they told you didn't want a man. And you're laying in bed watching TV, watching some of these reality shows like, yeah, I do want a man. Reading some of these books that you read, yeah, I do want a man. No, you don't. You need to love yourself first. I did love myself. I've been trying to love myself for the last 5 years. No, you're not. And over again. It's like drinking from a water hose. Being around these modern women, other women just coming into the fold, just drinking, just foolishness, nonsense, 24/7, day in and day out. Listen to this reel. Look at this video. Look at what they talking about. You need to be this. This where you need to be. And a lot of these girls just want friends. I just want to be in the group. And so they subscribe to that type of nonsense. And all of a sudden they got themselves in trouble, messing around with stupidity. And then that's how we get back to, there was a clip where a man talked about, we can't distinguish which is a 304 and which is not, because you're too close. A lot of modern women, a lot of ladies out here are too close to the 304s. And he also made the analogy, if we see a pack of lions coming down the street, I'm not going to sit up here and look at which lion is going to be a good lion. They're all dangerous, so I'm going to run. That's how you get there. Sitting up here, we just met in school and she seemed pretty cool. We were in a club together, like a little after school club or whatever it is. And we just, went out to eat one day and she said this and I thought it was this. And so we just kept on hanging out until she kind of flipped on me or turned up the notch on me. And then it got extreme and I'm just here. I don't agree with all that. I'm just here. And now the man is saying, yeah, you seem like you're a little bit too close. You seem like you're with them. Modern women some of these ladies need to start distancing themselves from modern women and all of the foolishness. If you keep on this track and you keep it up, you're about to ruin your life. Period.
Unpopular opinion. Expecting for that man to lead and you know you not ready to let go of control is crazy work. Especially when every time he tries to lead and he tries to make decisions, you have some kind of level of objection for him or something to say or a better way to do something. You have to actually sit back and just let that man lead. Let him do what he needs to do to lead the team, because leadership is going to require space and time for him to make the right decisions for y'all. And you have to give that to him, and you have to trust that he's making the best decision for y'all. You can't just always try to control everything. Like, you want him to be the leader on the field, but you want to approve the playbook. So you want to be the coach. That's not how it's going to work inside of a healthy relationship, baby. If you want him to be the king, let him wear the crown.
I created a whole bunch of stories in my head.
What were they?
That he was having sex with someone else there.
Okay. Was he?
No.
No. So when you told yourself the story, he was having sex with someone else there, did you pick one of them, or did you picture all those women like went off? And
one specifically.
One specific one. So notice there's a very specific trigger for her. She saw them going into a room together in her head. Did they actually go in that room?
I don't think so.
And so you pictured that. And when you pictured that, what were your thoughts? What were your feelings?
Actually relief, in a sense of now I really have a reason to end the relationship. Like, I've caught him. It's done.
Did y'all hear this?
I needed to end it.
Did you guys hear this? This is how women think. I can catch him, so now I'm relieved. Why is she relieved? Because she's definitely afraid he was going to leave, so she wants to leave first.
Yeah.
So she's been looking for a way to justify it in herself so she won't beat herself up. So she won't have to explain to her sisters, why'd you let him go? He's a good guy. You could have turned him into a prince. You know, just enough manipulation and redirection and coaching.
When a man survives heartbreak, he becomes an entirely different beast. You're no longer dealing with the man he was. You're now dealing with the man that heartbreak built. And these are two entirely different men. I'm going to explain to you what heartbreak does to a man because I've seen it. That man is going to change, but the change starts so small that most women miss it. He stops confiding in you. He stops sharing with you. He's going to hold back because he remembers what opening up cost him. That man is going to become harder to read. Not mysterious, more measured, cautious. He stops arguing. Before, he would over-explain to try to make you understand, even if most times you never did. But now, nothing. That man is going to sit back and just watch you talk. He's going to adjust internally. The change is going to progress into his actions. He's not going to be so quick to offer anymore. He's just going to step back and study, watch the patterns. And the one that most women misunderstand the most is his calmness. A man with a broken heart isn't going to react the way you expect.
Seems to be this weird ass mentality that after 25 or 30, women just go downhill. Let me remind you guys, we don't go bald. We don't lose our hair.
You realize when men say that, they're mostly talking about your attitude, right? You become so set in your ways, you're not even open-minded to any input he has in the relationship. You become bitter and resentful because you had some bad relationships and now it defines your entire personality. You carry so much baggage that you're not working on healing from. For a lot of men, they still find women who are a little bit older, they still find them attractive. And yes, I can't compete with a 20-year-old, to be fair. But I know of a lot of women in their 40s, 50s, even 60s who have no issue dating because they have like the kindest, most loving heart. They have wonderful personalities. They don't have an attitude. They don't let their past define their entire personality. That's what a lot of men mean when they say that. So for you to use something that's purely appearance-based shows how superficial and shallow a lot of women see things.
I'm a CEO of a quite profitable IT company. Oh, I did some recruiting. The whole thing is, girls are usually quite lazy. They're just not that good programmers. Sorry, but that's true, honestly. They just don't want to get their hands dirty to do the job. And when I tried to do some recruiting, I intentionally wanted to recruit women. And at the end, I failed to do so. Do you want to know why? Because most of those girls were usually just cheating, and they were just not good programmers. At the end, I had to recruit boys. And that's why I think the whole talk about let's recruit more women is bad, because at the end, you're recruiting worse programmers. At the end, your company is going to suffer. You're gonna lose some money. I honestly don't see girls staying up until late at their office and working that often. No, it's usually boys staying there. Why? I don't know.
And I want you to pay particular attention to how she's standing. This is a woman that is tired. This is a woman that's tried. This is what it sounds like. This one, I tried to hire him. I tried to do right. This was my goal. But it's just too much foolishness. Too much nonsense going on. They don't come here to work. They come here to waste time. They come here to waste my money. They don't want to build a team unless it's around pop culture, unless it's around reality television, unless it's around who's going to pay for my nails. They'll create a group to talk mess and gossip real quick. Are we dating the same man? Nothing but gossip. TM. Nothing but gossip. They'll come together and create something as dumb as that. But if you have, hey man, why don't you get in STEM? We need women in STEM. We need more women. I know there's smart women out there that can go through, what is it? Science, technology, engineering, math. We need more women in STEM. I don't want to do that. That's lame. We're not going to do that. Well, didn't you say that you wanted a lot of money? Yeah, but we're not doing any of that. Well, this is what their men are doing. And that's how they're getting, some of the funds. That's how they're getting some of the perks, some of the benefits. You come with me, maybe I can help you out. You want to get your foot in the door? I got my foot in the door. Well, just come through this door. Modern women will do one of two things. They will spend their time trying to break down a door that is sealed. It's sealed. It's not trying to open. And then somebody will come around and say, here's an open door. Why don't you just come in this door? Why are you struggling over there? Come over here, man. Yeah, man. Are you going over here? Yeah, yeah. Well, just come over here. Dang. I mean, why are you struggling? And this is not only for jobs. Modern women do this in relationships. When they have a child and a man says, yeah, well, why are you going over there chatting Tyrone? They don't want you. Why are you going over there to what you perceive to be a high value man? He didn't want you. You want to be married, right? Well, yeah. Okay. Well, I mean, I want to be married too. I like you. Well, you don't seem like you meet my standard. Well, what's your standard? Well, I want a man to step up and take care of my child. I can do that. Okay. I'm willing to accept the challenge. Well, he's got to be able to really protect and provide. He's got to be an upstanding citizen. I mean, I don't like to toot my own horn, but I would like to think that I'm an upstanding citizen. But, you can ask anybody around me. You can ask anybody in the city. Shoot, I mean, do your homework. Do a background check. Here's my social media. Look me up. Oh, people can lie. Well, what do I need to do to prove to you that I'm up for the job? I'm capable. What do I need to do? And modern women ignore that. They go away from that. It's an open freaking door. Where are you going? I'm going back over here. Try to beat on this door. Try to kick down this door, even though it's sealed shut. Solid steel. I'm going to it might take me 1,000,000 years to get this door open, but I'm going to die trying to get this door open. You're looking for success. You're looking for happiness. You're looking for companionship. You just entered into this door and you'd have gotten there. I don't know why you struggle like this. And this is the same concept. Modern women are looking for certain things in life. People open a door for them, but they don't want it. So they continue to struggle. They get mad at men. They say men aren't chivalrous. They're not generous anymore. Men don't pay attention. Men don't approach. Shouldn't have had to. You already had a man that approached you. A good man. A man that's taking care of his business. But you thought it was beneath you. So now you're alone.